Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 28th to September 3rd. This is for Virgo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Virgo. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, Virgo, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. Now, Virgo, this is going to be a big week, okay? It's going to be a big week, and I feel like there's going to be some changes for you. Yeah. All right, there's going to be some big changes. And the reason I say that, well, first things first, over the weekend, the Sun opposed Saturn. And so this is a big aspect. It's a challenging aspect. And that was just the peak. So we're going to feel that for the first few days of this week, okay? And it really is a time where it's, you know, I've been saying it in every sign. Don't forget, Saturn is, it's a malefic planet, right? It's, the planet of hard knocks, of you know, the taskmaster planet, planet of responsibility, but also karma. So Saturn really puts you in tough situations, but when it's opposing the Sun, I mean, it's really, really tough here. It's so remember, the Sun is in your sign, Virgo. Which reminds me, happy birthday, Virgo. You're amazing. So the Sun is in your sign, but it's squaring Saturn, which is in Pisces, which is in your 7th house. And then remember, Venus has been retrograde in Leo, which does have to do with love and relationships. So a lot of y'all may be feeling some sort of pressure or stress around partnerships or relationships, okay? So keep that in mind. That might be a thing for y'all. That may be something that you may want to, if there are some challenges, it's all about rising above it, okay? Because remember what I said, Saturn rewards you, all right? If you can get through these challenges, and Saturn throws you all these tests, and you know, tests are tests because they're meant to be hard. They're not meant to be easy. And so it's really just, you know, being the, you know, better version of yourself every time. All right. Now, what else is happening is on Monday, Mars is entering Libra. And so this is really interesting because Mars, if you saw my last week's reading, I said that this is kind of an interesting placement. Mars doesn't do well in Libra, and it's because, you know, Mars is detriment. And so basically what's happening is Mars is, you know, the ruling planet of Aries, right? Where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. Mars is really aggressive. Libra is a sign of peace. Do the math, okay? So Mars really doesn't like being in Libra, but you work it, you use it to your advantage. And so what's going to happen during this course of Mars being in Libra, it's all about learning to be graceful and harmonious and be balanced through anything that gets a little aggressive, but also toward your ambitions, okay, and your drive, and not going all like, you know, during it. Here's the thing. It's going to be in your 2nd house. So Mars in Libra, a lot of Virgos are going to feel it with money and finances, all right? And this is going on until October. And so in the same way that, you know, Sun opposing Saturn being in your 7th house, so you're really having like this laser focus on relationships and partnerships, because Saturn is in Pisces for the next 2 years, okay? So that is kind of something that I'm not saying there's any problems there. It's just like you're taking it a little bit more seriously, all right? But the first 3 days of this week, there may be some pressure around it, just, you know, just some activity that could be a little bit like challenging, but you know, that's going to affect Virgo risings more than Virgos, but every Virgo will still feel it. Now, here's the other thing with Mars in Libra. This is going to, like I said, be in your 2nd house. Now, some of y'all will feel it with finances, okay? It's like all you want to do is make money. All you want to do is get a promotion, get things going with your finances, with salary. But for a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all are going to feel it with self-worth and self-value. That is what the second house is, okay? It's kind of like your comfort zone, all right? There's a lot of stable energy in the second house, right? And so with the fact that Mercury is in your sign, in your first house, identity, a lot of y'all are going to, it's more of like y'all are going through this spiritual journey, because you have to remember that Jupiter and Uranus are in your ninth house of spirituality, and Venus is in Leo. Even though it's retrograde, it's still in Leo in your 12th house, your subconscious. So you're definitely going to go through a lot of like self-value. What, you know, like, I am worth more than this. I bring a lot more value. I should be, you know, respected in this regard. And, you know, a lot of those big things about your self-worth, your identity, and how, you know, people fit in your world, right? So, but again, it's that balance that matters the most. It's that balance that matters the most. You may be asking a lot of big questions this week. Uranus is going to go retrograde on the 28th. So that makes all the planets other than Mars retrograde this week. I mean, the good news is that Venus does go direct next week, and we'll talk about that, you know, next week. But even still, the main thing this week is the full moon in Pisces, okay? That's the main thing that's happening on Wednesday. Remember what I said, that Saturn is in Pisces already, and Neptune is in Pisces. And so that's a lot of activity in Pisces, which again is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. There could be some closure, there could be some clarity, there could be some moments of something new brewing around this time, all right? A lot of it based on your sense of, you know, self-worth and your confidence. Remember, the sun is still opposing Saturn at this point, okay? So it is going to be a tricky full moon. I'm not going to lie, it may be a little confusing around this time as well, because Neptune, which does cause a little bit of illusion, is also opposing Mercury and Mars. And so it really is a time to get really spiritual, really deeply, like, introspective, okay? Pisces rules the 12th house, all right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's so all of these things are just so connected in terms of you and your identity and how you see yourself and how you want to see yourself. But there is going to be a little blaze of like money on your mind as well this week. But anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for August 28th to September 3rd. Again, this is for Virgo Sun and Virgo rising. And if you're new, if you want to read for your moon and your Venus, which I would recommend your moon, obviously it's the full moon in Pisces. I would do so if you want a little bit more clarity, okay? If you want more clarity on what's going on. But let's do it, Virgo. Let's get started. Now, Virgo, like I said earlier, by the way, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Virgo, happy birthday. I meant to say that from the beginning. It's been one of those days. But happy birthday. I hope y'all are having a great birthday month. It is your time to shine. And that's the other thing is, like, with this week on top of birthday season, everyone, no matter what sign you are, you ask those big questions during your birthday time, right? You ask those big questions. What have I accomplished? What do I want to accomplish? What no longer serves me well? What do I, you know, what are my, how do I get closer to my path to enlightenment? What do I want to do this year? Like, what, do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be, you know, a big time for you. It definitely is going to be a pretty big time for you. And so, yeah. Wow. You're good. Mm-hmm. Virgo, you're good. Yeah. The relationship thing, partnership thing is going to be a big thing this week. Now, you did get the Page of Cups. So a lot of y'all have entered new partnerships or relationships, or you've wanted to, or that's something that you're manifesting. It really depends on what day you watch this reading. The Page of Cups came up in your past. I really love this. Page of Cups, by the way, does have a lot of Piscean energy to him. Okay, he's very imaginative, very, like in his head and dreamy, and you even see the fish right coming out of the cup, but all he wants to do is follow his bliss. There's a newness with the Page of Cups. There's this almost sense of renewal, refreshing, like there's something new that has come into your life. Again, a lot of y'all could have entered new relationships or kissed and made up in terms of relationships, or started new jobs, or are seeking it. Again, seeking it. If you're not here for relationships, whether in work or in love, it's also you just finding something that you're passionate about. Now you're just pursuing. You're like, I really love this. I really love this, and I'm gonna do it. And I want to go after this. So I really love this for you. There is, again, a sense of newness, and a lot of Virgos could have had some sort of intuitive download too. Okay, because the Page of Cups is very intuitive. He's a very intuitive page, and remember, a lot of intuitive energy happening with you. Okay, with what's going on for you now. And the heart of your spread. Hey, you got the Lovers. So when I say this is a deeply partnership, relationship related week for you, astrologically, it is also with your reading here. So, I mean, I love how the alignment is, come on, this is big. This is really big. Now, you see the Lover. This is all about relationships and whatnot, but I'm going to show you something here. You do see the Mountain in the middle. So there is a relationship where you may have to consider this week. And when I say relationship, I want you to ask yourself, how does that resonate with you? Is it work? Is it career? Is it business? Is it at home? Is it at family? Is it your partner, your lover, right? Where does it resonate with you? Because it looks like there's a point this week where you may want to, or will likely make some sort of decision around something based around that partnership or relationship. Again, with the full moon being in Pisces, it could be letting something go, or I'm getting a lot of energy around just renewal. But even still, let me show you again the Mountain. It's how you see it, okay? It's how you see this partnership or relationship, okay? It's a mountain, all right? It's a big mountain. So it can be a challenge, or it can be a goal, or it can be, you know what I mean? Ladies, how do you approach it? Are you going to be afraid of it? Is it looming above you and you're like, what do I do? Am I fair? And are you even prepared for it? Are you wearing Tivas and, you only brought a mug of water, right? Or are you really excited to take it to the next level? Are you ready to climb this mountain? Are you, in all the right gear? Do you have your walking stick? Do you have your binoculars? Are you ready to stake your Virgo flag at the summit? Do you know what I mean? This is you, okay? Because at the end of the day, this card is a card of choices, and it's your choice what to do with this relationship and partnership and how you see it. You see Archangel Raphael above. He is the healer. You see all that sunlight. All right. So he is the one that is offering you this love. Let's call them Adam and Eve. Okay. That's y'all, right? It's up to you to decide what to do with it. Okay. So big time to make a decision. Big time to make a decision. And if you're not here for career or love, it's self-love as well. So again, look at Adam. Adam's looking at Eve. Look at Eve. Eve is looking at the Archangel. Boom, boom, boom. That's Trinity at play here, okay? That's conscious, subconscious, super conscious. This is you. This is you spiritually, okay? So a lot of self-love. Are there things that, remember what I said, with Mercury in your sign, with Mars in your second house of of self-confidence and self-value and self-worth, with, you know, Jupiter in your 9th house of spirituality, with Venus in Leo in your 12th house of the subconscious. Like, what, how are you learning to love yourself? Are you becoming more confident in yourself in doing the things that you do? But again, I want you to take what resonates with you, because there's a lot happening here. You also got the King of Pentacles in your challenge area, okay? And so it really is saying King of Pentacles is the richest king. He creates all this abundance. He holds the golden scepter. Only 1 to 2 people in tarot that have that golden scepter, okay? He's on top of his money. And so he's rich. He's rich. You see all that abundance around him, right? You see his harvest. I mean, we're talking, look how big his castle is. I mean, come on. Really, really big stuff here. But with it being in your challenge area, there could be a sense of you who y'all need to sort out this situation with a partnership or the relationship, or even with yourself, that self-love, to feel that abundance. Pentacles, sure, money and wealth. And like I said, with Mars and Libra, that's going to be a focus for a lot of y'all. But it's also that self-worth and self-value. So there is this sense of, we've got to focus on that, all right? That self-love, and then, you know, how you want to approach this partnership or this relationship, ascending. How do you want to ascend? Like, is it time to get married if you're, you know, been dating for 3 years? Is it time to ask for a promotion if you've been at a job for, you know, a few years? Is it start your own thing? You know, ask yourself these questions. But with the King of Pentacles in your challenge area, it really is a sense of like, don't lose any self-confidence right now. Don't lose any. This Sun opposing Saturn is going to be a big thing, and again, you could feel some pressure around, like, you know, partnerships and relationships, but you're the other half. So just don't lose any self-confidence. Don't, you know, remember, keep your gratitude high, keep your energy high. You'll be fine, but don't let anything slip out of your hands this week, okay? That's like the biggest message coming through. But even still, some of y'all could have a moment of like shakiness when it comes to your finances. There could be something, and it could even be with like your partner's income or something with that. There's just going to be something about money where you may want to put a little bit of attention on this week, just so you can be on top of it, all right? But it is more about self-worth and that self-value and living in this world of abundance that you seek, all right? So you did get the Knight of Wands, which I love, because you're just ready to go. You're just ready to go. You're just ready to go and just go explore. Now, a lot of this exploration I'm getting is more like internal, like, again, a very spiritual week for you. And then the full moon in Pisces, like I said, it's a very spiritual, you know, Pisces does rule the 12th house, right? So I do love that you did get the Knight of Wands in your crown. So Knights are fire, Wands are fire. So this is double fire. So it's really this fiery activity, you know, that's happening. And again, Mars is blazing forward, so money could be a big thing for you, but it really is just your passions. What are you passionate about? There is a sense of you that wants to keep moving forward, because it's you know, it's going to help you through this transformative state that you're seeking. You did get the High Priestess and the Reader spread, which, again, reminding you to go within. And a lot of y'all will be, okay? This is, you know, she is the guardian of the subconscious. So this is really great, because remember what I said, Venus in Leo is in the 12th house. Your 12th house of the subconscious. You could be thinking a lot. You could be thinking about unrooting a lot of things at this time, okay? And that full moon in Pisces, like I said, Pisces is a native ruler of the 12th house of the subconscious. And when I say subconscious, the 12th house is also like dreams. So pay attention to your dreams right now. They could be telling you things. 12th house is also intuition. Remember I said, it's a time for you to really go within, really get in touch with your intuitive side. That's why she comes out. She says, go within, okay? And she is ruled by the moon, all right? You see the sliver of the moon here. So her coming out during the week of the full moon in Pisces, it's almost like you have this protection around you during this full moon. So don't be afraid to go. If you are going deep, especially during the week of all these retrogrades where we are doing a lot of reflection and a lot of inner reflection, don't be afraid to go to those places where there may be like, anxieties or stress or fears that you have to face, because you are protected, and it is you'll be fine, all right? Because it's all about unrooting things, so it'll be easier for you to move forward into what you have to look forward to. You have the Ten of Cups in your future. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be golden. This is happy family, happy life, happy couple, happy home, happy everything. This is the only rainbow in tarot indicating a promising future that is in your future. Now, as I promised, I am going to pull some clarifiers. So, you did get the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So, again, there is this sense of decision. All right, choices. Remember what I said. At the core of the Lovers is making this choice, okay? And being active in terms of making this choice, especially when it has to do with relationships and partnerships. But again, it can be just you, that self-love, you and your, identity and yourself, right? So keep that in mind. Clarified again with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Definitely a lot of y'all are going to be making decisions it coming up. And they're going to be deep decisions. I'm not going to lie. Again, with the Lovers card in the heart of your spread, you may have to go like really deep. And again, a lot of it may have to do with money. Okay. Like I said, Mars is going to be blazing through Libra in your second house. Okay. Of not only self-worth and self-value, but salary, money. So you could be making thinking about career switches, or you could be thinking about maybe starting a side hustle, or even asking for a promotion, all those things, right? In terms of, money, or even letting something go if you are taking on too much, if you have too many responsibilities like that you're handling right now. But yeah, so keep that in mind. This is a big week of choices. But I do love the fact that you have the Ten of Cups in your future. So let's get to your stuff. Virgo, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you. I love hearing from my Virgos. If you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Happy birthday. I hope you're having an amazing birthday month. And I really am grateful and appreciate that you're here. So thank you so much. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're moving into this brand new. Now, Virgo, if I actually remember correctly, and I'm rarely wrong about this, but you did get the Fool in your future, okay? In your last reading. New journey, new beginning. Look at what's happening here. I mean, now you got the Magician. Before we even get there, you got Temperance, which is really great. So again, find that, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy life. I want you to live life, okay? I want you to, you know how they say, that phrase is live a little. I want you to live a lot. I want you to really feel life this week. I really want you to just enjoy it and appreciate everything. But I also want you to find that balance in your life. Get rid of the things that you don't need. Get rid of the things as you move into this new journey, this new chapter of yours. Just get rid of the things that are not serving you well, things that do not make you happy. Again, there could be a sense of like you taking on a little bit too much, or there may be a lot, or there could be this, you're at this place where you're like, okay, I've been doing all this, but I know that I can be happier if I drop this in my life. Okay. So that is Temperance coming up. But I love the fact that you did get Temperance. And it really is just saying, like, listen, with all these retrogrades this week, things may move a lot slower than you would want them to. But it's almost like a blessing in disguise, especially with a full moon in Pisces. It's giving you time to really go deep and really have these introspective moments and really, you know, get in touch with your higher self and really have the answers to some of these big questions. Okay, so take that time, because you did get the Magician in your external factors area. So it's almost like, you know, the biggest message coming through is more, it's like you have all this power fueling you in this direction. Be aware of which direction you want to go. You know, he does have all tools of tarot at his disposal, right? You see, he has the swords, the wands, the pentacles, and the cups. So a lot of y'all will be making that decision, okay? In terms of, remember, you have choices here. Well, a lot of it will be relationships related that a lot of Virgos will feel. But for other Virgos, it may be something completely different. You could want to put that energy toward money, which is actually a thing here too, or even confidence, which is a thing here as well, or, you know what I mean, like career and family, or where you want to put that energy. You have all that power. The universe is kind of giving you all this power. You know, with the Magician, he has an infinity symbol over his head. Only 1 or 2 people that have that, all right? Infinite possibilities that come with this card in your external factors area, coming after the week where you had the Fool in your future. I mean, we're really kicking it off here. The first card in the major arcana. So you're embarking on this brand new journey. Now, you want it. You got the Ace of Wands. This is just affirming you do want this new thing in your life. It is clear as day here. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of like the joy that you seek, your path to enlightenment, the thing that is going to bring you so much, you know, like that rapturous energy. It's almost like you, in order to get there, you have to go within, okay? You really have to spend that time thinking, manifesting, planting the seeds, putting your being in that mindset, right? In order for all that to happen. But it's clear as day here. It is going to happen, and you want it to happen. You have that, remember, you have the Knight of Wands in your crown, and now you have the Ace of Wands. But really, really knowing to what you want to possibly leave behind, because of full moons also, like, you know, there's always about closure, right, as well. Now, in your final outcome, you did get the Devil, okay? This isn't a bad thing. It's just saying that there is going to be something, like I said, you're going to have to leave behind. Something you're going to have to surrender. Something that's not serving you well, okay? I've said that a couple of times during the reading, and now here's your affirmation with the Devil. Interestingly, the Devil is ruled by Capricorn, all right? And so if you think about where Capricorn is in your chart right now, it is, well, it's your 5th house, right? So that's pleasure, it's love and romance, okay? So, but also creativity, self-expression, even procreation. But even still, the fact that that's there with all this love energy, partnership energy, especially with the Page of Cups, is kicking it off. Some of y'all may be ending partnerships or relationships for a new one this week, okay? Or thinking about it, okay? For something that is going to bring you a lot more pleasure and those moments of bliss, right? But even still, it could also just be for a lot of y'all, the ways that you think. There could be like some, this during this full moon, you could realize that you have maybe pessimistic thinking about something, and you release that. Or you may have like an addiction to something, and you release that. Remember, it's all about just letting go of that Devil energy, letting go of those things that do not serve you well. Ow. My rocks and my crystals. So, yes. Clarified, you're going to be fine, okay? Let everything go. You got the justice. You got justice, okay? So, remember, big thing here, working up with our karmic energy. What's really interesting here, well, you also got the Five of Swords, and then you got the Page of Wands. So what this is saying, justice, once you let all that go, you're good. Very karmic energy here with the Justice card. Now, again, let me remind you, Justice is ruled by Libra. Mars is in Libra. So a lot of this will resonate with, for a lot of y'all, with salary income. So it could even be like a job that you leave for one that pays better or something along those lines. But remember, second house is also self-worth and self-value. So eliminating those things that are just like toxic for you, all right? And then you're gonna be fine, all right? Remember, I said we always working with our karma. This is karma here, okay? Remember, I said Mars and Libra, like working with being diplomatic and working with being graceful, about being like you balance, being able to negotiate. Well, you do see the scale in the Judge's hand, so you're gonna be fine as long as you let that go. And then you did get the Five of Swords, so there is going to be, again, this place where it's almost like there could be internally is what I'm getting mostly, like, am I doing the right thing? Did I do the right thing? And even like with the Sun opposing Saturn, could be after you have the sense of relief, there still could be like a little bit of like, it hasn't been fully closed, and now you got to like fully close it, right? Like you can, for instance, like admit to yourself, I'm no longer going to be eating Twinkies. That's my full moon in Pisces things. But then, you know, before you go to bed at night, you sneak in at Twinkies. That's what it's saying. But it's also saying that there could be something you just have to be aware of this week, all right? Where something that you do want to bring closure to and this sense of justice to, there still could you may have not done it completely, and so keep that in mind. But also, if there are some of y'all where it feels like people are really conflicty with you, remember, it's you being the better version of yourself, being the better person in that situation, being in touch with that confidence, that self-confidence, self-worth, self-value, and you'll be fine, okay? Page of Wands. Final outcome. So, I mean, you're good. Something you're passionate about, it's going to come through, okay? You see it here with the Magician. You see it here with the fact that you got 3 out of the 5 court cards with the Wands. Wands are your passions, creativity, ideas, but also work-related. If you are here for work, you're good. You're good. Pages, again, bringing that new energy, new beginnings, new opportunities, even messages. You could have messages. Again, did I tell you to pay attention to your dreams? Pay attention to your dreams, and also just really, when you're in that, when you're more intuitive, when you tap into your intuitive side, you see all those, you know, the winks from the universe, right? All those like synchronicities. You see like the 1111s and the 888s and whatnot. But you could also just get like messages intuitively as well about something something new that's about to happen in your life. So Virgo, you're amazing. There's going to be a big decision that you may be working with this week. It could possibly have to do with partnerships or relationships, but a lot of it's going to be you, okay? Your sense of who you are, okay? A lot of really deep diving this week, Virgo. Really big deep diving, all right? I got to tell my mom that now, who is a Virgo. Okay, so, yep, you're great. Don't forget, you got that Magician. I love that. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. If you like this reading, again, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks again. I am doing next week your monthly forecast for September. September is a very different month from August. I know I say that every month, and I know that out of all the signs, like Virgos are the ones that would be the ones to catch that. But I like to leave you in suspense. Virgo, I love you. I'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.